Hi guys, hope you're all well. Welcome back to It's Cooking Good. Today we're going to be doing brisket. We're going to be doing low and slow smoked brisket on a Traeger pellet grill. It's going to be a long one. We're going to start off with a 5-hour cook, at which point we will remove it, wrap it, and then put it back in probably for another 2, maybe 3 hours, but it's going to be amazing. So let's get started and let's have a look at the meat. Okay, so there is our brisket. This is a 4.2 kilo brisket, so it's quite a large one. As you can see also, this is beautifully aged, which I particularly like. This is actually from my local butcher, F Conisbee Son, so thank you guys here in Surrey. Equally, I've bought them from Costco before, I bought them online, but I do particularly like F Conisbee's meat because it is all reared locally here in the Surrey Hills. And the taste is just unbelievable, but you know, whatever brisket you prefer, obviously use. So what we need to do first off is get a binder. I'm just using some sort of American style mustard, and we just want to get some of that on there. Don't worry, it's not something you're really going to taste as such. It's just really so that we've got something to stick. That's to make sure that salt and pepper, which is the rub that I'm using, actually will adhere to the meat itself. So just make sure you sort of massage it all around. I've actually trimmed this up. We quite like a bit of the fat. Some people will trim it all right down, others won't. I also leave, as we'll see. So I put it on this paper because I find it easier, he says, that the salt and pepper then doesn't go everywhere, all over the kitchen. So there we go. As you'll see, some people will also really trim this up. I don't bother. I cook fat side up, and this works well for me, but obviously, you know, everyone's got their own way of doing it, so however you prefer to do it, there's no right or wrong necessarily. That's it, we're just getting that all over. Perfect. Okay, and then to that we're going to add a mixture of salt and pepper. Now I make this up. I've often used rubs as well that I buy, but I just prefer this mix, which I just make up. It's 40% salt, 40% ground black pepper, and then 20% paprika. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to open it up on the other side. Don't worry, I will clean this afterwards. And you just want to liberally season this brisket all over, like so. And hope you don't run out. That's it. Just give it a bit more here. That's it. Give it a nice coating. That's it, happy with that. Let's flip it back over. See, my wife will be proud of me. I'm not making a total mess of the kitchen. There we go. Get that all nicely covered. That's it. Don't be shy with it. Obviously, you're going to lose some of it as we transport. Just make sure those edges are done. That's it. Get a bit in here. Perfect. Happy with that. Okay. Just pat it in. And I'm going to let that sit now, probably for about half an hour before it goes into the smoker. So I'll see you out there shortly. Okay, so our oven's set at 120 degrees C or 250 Fahrenheit. What we're going to do is just, I'll do it this way, we're going to put that brisket in. What I've done is I've taken the top shelf out of this, gives me more room, but also you get a better air circulation the higher this is. We then need to put the meat probe in, and I put it into the flat, the thickest part of the flat, and I'm going to sort of probably go around here, like so, okay? So that's absolutely fine. Now, what I'm waiting for really is for that internal temperature on that to reach 75 degrees C or 170 Fahrenheit. I suspect this is going to take a good 5 hours, so time for me to kick back. Can't get a beer yet, it's too early, but I certainly will in a little while. I'll see you guys then. Okay guys, we're actually 6 hours in. She looks amazing. The built-in thermometer is now reading 170, and I've double checked it with my instant read. So we're now ready to wrap this. So I'm gonna bring you over to the bench. Let's wrap it. We'll go through that process, and then we're gonna stick it back in, probably for a good another 2 hours, I would say. I'll see you over there, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, so we've got our brisket out. As I say, it's at the temperature we want, which was 170 degrees Fahrenheit. What I like to do is spritz this. Now this, I'm just using water. Some people use like apple cider vinegar, stuff like that. There's really no need. It's really to make the paper a bit more pliable, if I'm honest. We just give the brisket a spritz as well. Perfect. Now what I do, not everyone does this, I get it, but for me, I always forget where I've put the original probe. And what I don't want to do is get rid of valuable juices inside the meat by probing it in lots of different places. So where I took the probe out of the meat, I actually stick a cocktail stick in there so that when I wrap it, it pokes through, so I know exactly where I need to re-put the probe, because I always forget exactly where I've put the probe. So that's it, I've got it there. And what you want to do is really pull that as tight as you can. Got my board here, sorry, that's better. Okay, so pull it in tight and then wrap it like so. And then I just fold in the edges. Everyone's got their own way of doing this. This is just the way I do it. Probably get a job at one of the department stores over Christmas. Look, my fantastic wrapping, okay? And then we'll flip that again, bring that in, and there we have it. And I can feel my cocktail stick there, so I know when I put it back in, it's gonna go into the same spot. Okay, that's now gonna go back into the smoker, as I said, probably for, I'd say, good 2 hours. We need to get it up to that sort of between 200 to 205 degrees Fahrenheit, which I believe, if I do a rough conversion, I think it's 96 degrees C. If I'm wrong, I'll put a comment on the video. But let's get it back in, because I am, for one, I'm starving and I cannot wait to eat this. And I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we are done. 10 hours later, I took it off the smoker after the final 2 hours and I've let it rest, brought the temperature down as much as I can. Let's have a look at the final result. Let's unwrap it. Oh, this looks good already, just unwrapping it. Sorry about the mess. Let's grab that out of there. I don't want to ruin any of the bark. Just do this. Making a right dog's dinner here. Okay, let's get that over there. The hands are telling me a lot, which is great. So we've got our flat here and our point here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it straight down where it meets the point. Got a lovely jelly-like texture. Let's separate it. Shall I do the money shot? Shall I try it? Get a close up. Look at that. Look at those juices. Wow. Okay, so can't believe I just did that. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to cut a bit off the flat, and then I'll cut some off the point. So let's do some nice pencil slices. Oh, look at that. Just folding over on itself. Lovely, couple there. With the flat, you need to cut it the opposite direction. This is some people's favourite bit. Let's cut it this way. Look at that. It's just gliding through. The knife is gliding through. Let's have a look. Look at that. Let's get this bit here. See the fat there, look, and it just pulls apart. I've got to give this a go. This is my favourite bit, the point. Oh, wow. It's like butter. Absolutely amazing. Worth all the work, because I've been waiting for this. Have a little bit more. Superb. Let me try a little bit with the flat. I'll cut a little bit off. Got a nice bark on it. Nice smoke ring. Amazing. Obviously a lot leaner cut, but just melts in your mouth. Really, really good. Guys, I know this is a lot of work. You don't have to do it on a smoker. I did it on a smoker. You could just do it on your standard barbecue. Absolutely fine. Just make sure you've got a really good probe that's going to measure the temperatures for you. But it's worth the wait. I'm not just saying that. It really is worth the wait. It is fantastic. As always, I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you watching through to the very end. There's not a lot to put down in the description, but I will put all the ingredients, times, and temperatures down in the description for you anyway. If there's anything you want us to cook on the channel, please do let us know. But until then, all I've got left to say is, it's cooking good.